He got involved with almost every girl at school, yet everyone was convinced he'd settle down once he turned 18. Everyone but me. After all, I'd seen him break my sister's heart and caught him with other girls. What I didn't expect was that he'd suddenly invite me to his birthday party, the day that was rumored to change his ways. "What's your name?" Harper's gravelly voice snapped me out of my head. For a second, I just stared. Is he for real? I've lived in the same town as this guy forever. We went to the same middle school, same high school, sat near each other for years, even did assignments together sophomore year. He flirted with me yesterday, and now he's acting like he doesn't know who I am. I broke eye contact, shoved my books into my bag, slammed my locker shut, and muttered, "Jerk," under my breath. I turned to go. He grabbed my wrist and spun me back around. "What?" I hissed. "Okay, I'm really sorry for not remembering your name and not calling you," he said fast, like he'd been practicing. "But I swear, give me your number again and I'll call you." "I will." His voice had this desperate edge, and his eyes were doing that pleading thing girls always fall for. His lips were in an adorable pout, probably a move he uses daily. "What?" I blinked, totally lost. He scratched the back of his neck, laughing nervously. "I spent time with you and didn't call the next day. That's why you're mad, right? Right? Wait, what? The nerve of this man-child. I never did anything like that with you, Harper." I shot back, "And I'm never going to, so let go of my hand." He looked genuinely stunned, like my sentence was written in another language. His brows knitted together, confusion all over his face. For a second, his grip loosened. I yanked my wrist free as the bell rang and marched to class. "Why is Harper Kane staring at you?" the girl to my left whispered again. I groaned. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't even know he was staring. And for the last time, I don't know. She glared and went back to texting under the desk like she wasn't in the middle of physics. I tried not to check, but the truth was I could feel his stare burning into the back of my head. Still, I turned around just to shut everyone up. And there he was. Last row. Corner seat, staring straight at me like he'd paid rent on my face. Every time I looked back, his eyes were already on mine. I held his gaze for a few seconds, lifted one eyebrow like, "You good?" His mouth twitched into that stupid trademark smirk I couldn't stand. I rolled my eyes and faced forward while Mr. Roberts droned on about quantum theory, looking about as excited to be alive as the rest of us. If one more person asked me why Harper was staring, I was going to lose it. Lunch wasn't any better. I even switched seats so I didn't have to look at him. We had 3 classes together, and his eyes were on me the whole time. And somehow, every time I turned around, the teacher caught me and made a comment. So now half the school probably thought I was the one obsessed. "Hey Zara," a guy behind me leaned over. "Why does Harper keep staring at you?" I dropped my forehead onto my desk. Cool. Love my life. The second the final bell rang, I packed up like the room was on fire. I just wanted to go home, but Mr. Roberts called me over. "Zara, you're a great A student. I want you in our tutoring program." I blinked. I wasn't a straight A student, and my job at Monique's bakery already took my time. "I'll think about it," I said, taking the application and tossing it later in the trash. I was heading to my locker when a hand clamped around my wrist and yanked me into an empty classroom. "Whoa," I stumbled, eyes flying shut, already picturing myself face planting, but 2 arms caught my waist and steadied me. I looked up. Of course it was Harper. The boy was basically haunting me today. He was staring down at me with this intense, heated look I couldn't read. Need? Interest? Something in my stomach flipped. My whole body lit up with a stupid little tremor I